It's crazy. Everybody's on their phone 24/7. I think that's the first thing they do.
Usage is at its all-time peak.
An influencer is someone who actually has a voice to create change.
Brands like this, they will just come, yo, can you help me do a posting?
Can you come to my restaurant? You can eat for free.
For endorsement, like about 1 million.
There's a lot of people who are using it to spread rumors of other people.
It's very stale. Our local programming is boring.
She's still well known for like this one of the sexy starlets, yeah. For she's famous for her long legs and her curvy body.
There are thousands of people on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube with millions of followers. Their accounts show the good life, the best clothes, travel destinations, restaurants, and more. Promoting these goods means big money, as businesses pay to access their massive following. The people behind these accounts are social media influencers. And in Southeast Asia, with its large, young, and social media savvy population, influencing is unlike anywhere else in the world. I traveled to 3 hotspots to check it out.
For me, an influencer is someone who actually has a voice to create change. I don't have a schedule most of the time. Usually I'm in and out of the country for work, which I love. Shenzhen, Hong Kong, Switzerland for the Swiss Embassy, Korea for Seoul Fashion Week, Palawan, a resort invited us, and then Japan for a global influencer trip. So they're inviting 15 bloggers in, I think it's not just Asia, it's 15 bloggers around the world.
Lorene Oy is one of the world's most in-demand influencers. She started a blog 6 years ago. Now she's flown around the world to post and write about travel and fashion.
I did one in Taipei last week. That was for Everrich Duty Free and their tourism. Basically, they tied up with a travel agency and the tourism to bring one influencer per country just to go around Taipei and promote their country. There was, 2 per country. So there were Malaysians, Singaporeans, Thais, Indonesians, and then Filipinos. I started with college girls, and now that I see my demographics, because Instagram already has demographics, right? It's 18 to 34-year-old women. It's 79% women.
Last year, GDP growth in the Philippines averaged 6.8%. That's above the 4.7% average in Southeast Asia. In Manila, the growth is visible everywhere. International and Filipino brands have been increasing their marketing efforts to ride the wave of development happening here in the Philippines. But influencers have only represented a small percentage of those advertising and marketing budgets. But now that's all changing.
But living a 24/7 on-the-go lifestyle also takes a toll on our skin. There is good news.
Events launching brands and products happen almost every day in Manila. And having influencers in attendance can make all the difference.
It's an exciting time because new media is very new. Social media is at it's going towards its peak. There's all of a sudden a lot of usage is at its all-time peak and going to another level. The influencers that are here tonight, it's a mix of show business, fashion, lifestyle, and bloggers. They've achieved a certain level of success from their careers, and they've also had this great social media following. And of course, brands would want that because the more people you attract, the more people listen to you. And so they become carriers of messages of brands. The Philippines is a social media capital of the world. And the Filipinos are hungry to adapt to new trends. You know, the engagement is just really high.
This is the reason why it's so big, because too many people, so 70, 80, 90%, see their idols, their actors, in the palm of their hand, and they get to follow them. They get to see what they do, right? They get to see these people that they can relate to. And now in the palm of their hand, they get to follow them, which is why the rise of social media here is intense than it is than any other parts of the world. If used the right way, could actually have a massive change to a lot of people. You can use this tool to actually inspire, help people create, cultivate, right? And sustain everything. You can be a tool for greatness just in the palm of your hand.
A leader in the influencing business is Dong Ronquillo. He set up Active Social, a social media and events marketing agency. With 1,000 influencers on roster, Dong can make campaigns for any segment of the market.
So we tier them, or we put them in different classes, like A, B, C, D, E, depending on their number of followers. And sometimes also engagement rates. For E, these are influencers with 10,000 and below followers. Influencer class D is 10,000 and above until 50,000. And then C is 50 to 100. And then B is about 500 to a million. A million and above are class A in terms of payments, like fees, based on their number following. What I like about it is just, it's still in its infancy. So if it's still in its infancy, there's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of like innovation and creativity that you can do, because you can shape the industry as you want it to be. They're looking for inspirations. They're looking for someone to look up to, right? So we can say and we can argue that individuality, or I don't know, authenticity to oneself in the Philippines is not as big as you would see it in more developed countries or first world countries, where everybody is like, this is me, I don't like follow trend, you know, and stuff like that. But in the Philippines, people are looking for someone to look up to. They consume social media or any types of media to educate themselves and to get more knowledge about certain things. I think there is still a huge impact in the Philippines or in any other third world country if the product is imported or made from US or it's a European brand. So it's the lust factor increases when the products are more imported or more global. It's still the colonial mentality.
What do you mean?
You know, if it's from abroad, it's better.
Culture plays a big part in the rise of influencers in Southeast Asia, but technology is a factor here too. A competitive telecom industry means cheap mobile phone plans. Data plans in the region are 1/3 the cost of those in North America. The result is some of the highest rates of social media use in the world. In Malaysia, with strict censorship, the online world offers more freedom than that in traditional media.
Besides doing stand-up comedy, I'm also a full-time practicing medical doctor in Kuala Lumpur, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay. No need to clap one. This one, government doctor, no money, that's why I'm here. Help out lah.
One of the reasons why social media is becoming very, very popular is because the other mediums of entertainment, like our television, Malaysian television is shit. It's mostly controlled, like I said, it's controlled by the government. So everything's very like sensitive, like, oh, you cannot say this, you cannot say that, you cannot say this, you cannot say that. It's very stale. Our local programming is boring. So when faced with the choice of watching local television or going on YouTube and watch all these funny videos,
the deals are louder than roosters.
or rather I made fun of my car, which is a national car called the Proton Wira, the Proton.
One of the best things about this Proton Wira is that this car has noise cancellation technology. Way before other car makers ever thought of having noise cancellation technology. This is how it works. The noise from the outside the car is cancelled by the engine noise inside the car. Yeah, so sometimes when you're driving, you just can't hear yourself talk, you know?
And a lot of Malaysians could relate to that because most of them drove that car as well. But that kind of content where I made fun of my car, although it was very simple, shot in a day, edited in one day, shot in a few hours. That can never happen in local terrestrial television stations because, oh, we cannot make fun of a country's car, you know, even though it's a shit car.
What's up, guys? So yes, I just want to do this video to give you guys an update on what's up in my life right now and how I'm feeling and whatnot. At the same time, I thought, why don't I do a Ask Sean type of video? It's been a while since I really want to do an Ask Sean type of video, so here it is. Recently, I got a gift from MCM and they would like me to do a posting for them on a shirt that they give me. So there's a shirt inside. Wait, let me just...
You haven't opened it yet?
I opened it and checked it out already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is the shirt. It's a pretty nice shirt lah, to be honest. Basically, brands like this, they will just come, yo, can you help me do a posting on my product and stuff like that. It's mostly brand awareness stuff. I think that's why people come to social media influencers, is because of brand awareness.
Getting free products on social media is an attractive life. So much so, businesses are popping up selling likes, comments, and followers. And it's cheap. This leads some to drastic measures, all to stay relevant and entice sponsors.
There's this one time, this story, this guy had almost the highest following. He has 1 million followers. And Instagram decided to do a clean, a wipe lah, you know. So they wiped out all bot accounts or like inactive accounts, stuff like that. He lost almost 80% of his following, and that's done. Career ended, bro.
A decent camera and editing software can make anyone a YouTuber. Sean says his success is from a genuine relationship with his following, many of them knowing him from acting. But he says luck is also a factor.
Because it's okay to try, whether if you want to come into this industry or not. But some people are lucky that they don't have to really work for it and it came to them. Things just happen.
Indonesia has a population of more than 250 million people. GDP growth here averages between 4 and 6%, and it's been that way for the past 10 years. After what seemed like hours stuck in traffic, I made it to Jakarta Fashion Week. Influencers of all sorts were all around. Again, brands and influencers told me how unclear this new world is.
It is important on digital age, crucial for brand. I engage with them very organically, so I don't do endorsement or exclusive contract for the whole year contract kind of stuff. So it's very organic. It's based on a mutual, very intimate relationship. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
What does that mean?
What's that mean? There is no contract or is a letter involved or payment. It's very organic. It's just they like it and they appreciate it, and I think it's have fun to be around in a digital influencer, digital savvy kind of generation.
Well, usually they're like, okay, can you come to my restaurant? You can eat for free. Or you can, let's say, okay, I will endorse you some stuff, but you have to post it and then tag our name, da-da-da. So it is pretty big here now in Indonesia, actually. Well, you kind of have to choose. You're not going to take everybody, but usually I'll choose. I don't have, usually it's most of it if I know it's a friend of mine, or I know if the brand is really good, or if it's a restaurant or a product which I actually really love, and if I use it as well.
I think it just took over the entire internet. It's crazy. Everybody's on their phone 24/7. I think that's the first thing they do. It's crazy. Everybody's documenting everything. They're always on the phone. I mean, even in a catwalk during rehearsal, models would just literally snapping everything on their phone, documenting everything, taking photos. It's just crazy. I mean, we're working and we're still doing it.
I don't know.
She started as Miss Indonesia. She was in a Miss Indonesia pageant, and then after that, she became a singer. And then from there, TV, movies, and everything else. And through times, I think, she's still well known for one of the sexy starlets. Yeah, she's famous for her long legs and the curvy body.
Behind all the free products and lucrative deals, social media has an ugly underbelly too. Something trending can be manufactured. Engagement can be negative, if not vicious.
There's a lot of people who are using it to spread rumors of other people, to spread, basically just lies of people, and even bullying. In politics, what happened here in 2014 in the presidential elections, and I'm sure it's happening in America, the moment you know that your friend or somebody else is on the other side of, and you're on this side, and there's a lot of cyberbullying that happens. And it happened to me, actually, where all of a sudden there are all these accounts that are not necessarily real accounts, but someone could be handling 100 accounts at the same time, and they would just be hitting you with bullying and with really, really insanely cruel things to say on media.
We encourage people to use it wisely, to a certain extent that it can be educating and, sending positive messages to people all around the world,
A lot of the negative things happen mainly because of the lack of education, and then the level of education here in Indonesia is that a lot of people would be like, oh, that's something new, and then they believe everything they read. That's not necessarily true.
Behind the scenes, agencies are monitoring the impressions and engagement. Agencies like Avenue Indonesia. Starting in 2015, their business plan looks at the bigger picture, that influencers can create all sorts of content.
The way Avenue works is a bit similar to music labels in a way that we from Avenue, we actually invest and manage content creators. So what we do, we actually invest in the production, in the in creating business team, in helping them to strategize their content.
We invest in the IP, we invest in their videos, we invest in the content. So the ownership of the content is shared. But we are the one who own the legalization for the IP. We call it HAKI, if you know, it's hak atas kekayaan intelektual, it's IP rights in Indonesia. So that's owned by us. And regarding how we make money, is actually we are either selling content or we are also selling the creator as personality, talent management and stuff. So that's how we make money from both sides. IP is a very broad term, I think, yeah. It's a very broad term. First,
it starts from the video, it starts from web series or starts from the video, but then you can develop it into many things. For example, you can develop it into books, you can develop it into event, or what else you did? Films, go into TV, into other channels and stuff. So that's why we are actually investing in the IP, not in the form of IP, not all the IP implementation, but in the IP itself. Because then in the future it can be developed into so many things.
Right now, same with TV or print or probably activations. We start off by, will this work or not? If we wait until it's proven that it works, probably you're left behind. I think being in the marketing world and the advertisers for 10 years loh, lama, 10 years.
I think it's like 15 by nowadays.
Enggak dong, enak aja loh. It's like about 12 years, only 12. Yeah. I think the times have changed like so much. I think what's different now is that what's the most difficult part to accept for some advertisers is to let the control go to these influencers.
Lebih ke fashion gitu kan artinya. Cuma kalau untuk Uniqlo kami basic karena
Analytics are improving, and that uncertainty is fading away. Lucky Oitama is one of Jakarta's big influencers. His numbers are impressive. He posts up to 3 times a day, each one with views in the thousands.
A lot of influencers making a good impact to people to like communicate in a positive way, inspire people to do things, and then like we're making a honest review rather than like they just pay it and then like they force us to write a thing, you know.
How many brands have you worked with?
Last month, I didn't really count it, but I think it's like around on the last month, 1 month only.
Yeah.
It's like 20. Yeah. Usually it's like more like one time only because sometimes they want to test the buzz first, or like sometimes they just need to promote the products. But sometimes with some other brands, like they continue to like approach us, something like that. And with Uniqlo, it's like always on every collection.
Our reason why we choose to have influencers, of course, it's because of the brand itself. In order to catch the mass market, most of the market, they are following influencers or buzzers or celebrities. What they wear, what they use, what they say. So that's why we try to approach these influencers. We have different, different calculation. It depends on which approach. Let's say for digital approach, we have the KPI, the reach, the impression, the comments. And then from PR point of view, we have the value, how much we invest. And sometimes influencers can be divided into 2, the paid and the free one.
So what is your rate?
It's secret. Okay. Yeah, we cannot really tell the rates.
Why not?
I will tell you my average rates only. It's like for endorsement, like about 1 million rupiah. And then like for event attendance, like about 1.5. And then like if it's like a poster, like a buzzer, it's like 1.5 as well. I will still continue doing it because like I love my job, and I love fashion. So probably I'm gonna continue to work in the fashion industry. And we don't know how long that social media will last, you know, and probably that's gonna be like the next big thing after Instagram, like other platform, I don't know yet, and I will still continue doing it.
Influencers have a lot of power. They are the drivers in the business of social media. In Southeast Asia, they are truly influential. What's happening here now is where the rest of the world will follow, where content creators dominate the online world as more and more watch, like, and follow.
Who's the sky? The stars of the ocean.